Had 2. Xbox Series X not enhanced. I think we're live, but one of you guys can verify. I believe so. And we've already got so many cool people in the chat. Assassin Lupa. We've got Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man. Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Lethal. One of the best moderators ever. And, of course, Jeff again. He's there twice. Hey, guys. Welcome to RDX Podcast, Real Deal Xbox Podcast. We got some good topics, good panel. I say that every week, and usually we manage to make it the case. We're going to do some introductions, some shout-outs. And, again, if you're here early, if you're already here, hit the like button, share it out. We do appreciate it. You make us what we are. We thank you very much. This is Vermintide 2, or Warhammer Vermintide 2, running on the Xbox Series X. This game is patched, but it's Gen 9 aware, so it's not really a next-gen patch, but it's one of the best-looking games. I mean, me and Colt will probably talk about this a little bit, but it looks amazing when you're playing it. But, yeah, let's do some introductions. Colt, how you been, buddy? But we got all the secret information you can find on Gaggle. Hey, also, D-Batch, how you been? Let me give a quick shout out to Vault Hunter, new channel member. Thank you very much, sir. Just so I can get that one. Hey, Fonz is here. He made it. Fonzarelli, how you been? Yay. Awesome. We've also got, well, I'll come to you when we last. Zauker, how you been, buddy? Ooh-wee. Colt, by the way, you're the first topic, so you might want to look at that. Hey, we've also got, he's already using the soundboard. Hey, Tim, brother, how you been? Oh my God. Chat, can't you read the future and tell us there's no sound faster? Okay, here we go. I know how to fix this now, right? This has happened before. You missed Zauker's intro. Zauker just sang a rap song for you guys. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. No encore. Okay, hang on. Let me. Bars. All right, I'm gonna go to the audio tab, right? And then I'm gonna go to this here. And no, I'm gonna disallow it because I don't like it. And then I'm gonna hit that. Well, hang on. Let me disallow. Can they hear me though? Okay, that's all that matters. All right. I'm gonna do that. They can't even hear the soundboard. All right, I'm going back to default. I'm gonna hit apply. Now let's see what didn't work. Boom. And talk.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes.
Mic check.
Hey, thanks Asa from Game On Daily who helped me out with this months ago when it happened. And it was really just me changing the output and applying and then rechanging it back.
What are you doing?
Can they hear us?
All right, chat. Can you hear him? I think
Hello.
you can.
Hi. Is it me you're looking for?
I need to turn him down, man.
It's fixed. We're good. Much better. We're good.
Ooh.
What are you
Ooh-wee. Hey, I'm still going to
What
get
are
like
you
50
doing?
comments in the comment section. There's no sound because you didn't get past the 1 minute mark. Let's see.
What
Here.
happened?
Let me change that. All right, Colt, how you been? Again.
Good. Hey, thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here with a microphone that people can hear.
Hey, D-Batch, how you been?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Fonz, how you been?
I'm good. You know, I went outside for the first time, looked at myself and said, man, I need to see a barber quick.
Hey, Zauker, how you been?
Good. I'm not going to rap again because the next thing I'm going to do
The
is
next one, you
sing
don't
Creed
people's
music.
mind too much, right? I hear some of
No,
them.
no, I'm gonna sing Creed. I'm gonna sing Creed like I do in the party chats.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm out.
Hey, hey, Tim Dog, how you been?
Good. Ready to talk Bethesda and all the huge news this week.
Oh yeah, massive, giant, totally tons of it. Hey, Wilmy Hood, how you been, brother? Good to have you back on the show. You're the only one that actually gets the real intro because no one actually heard the last one because I didn't get that far.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad to be back on RDZ, Real Deal
RD.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Oh hell
Somebody,
yeah!
had, somebody has to stand up for soccer.
Oh, we got
nobody
two
else
people
does.
watching now.
And I love those two people, bitch.
It'd been a while. It was time to get back on here. So I've got a lot of caffeine pumped into me. So, and I'm actually not going to play a game this time during the podcast. I'm going to pay attention.
I know, what a fucking competent panel member. Hey, Flux Force, he says, Dealer, we love you, but we like the other guys as well. Yeah, we got their sound on. And then, in from Blade. Yeah, then there was the sound. Yes, there certainly was. Thank you very much. And again, shout out to everybody watching. Hit the retweet button or something. All right. Sorry I messed that up again. We got some other
Damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give some shout outs to the patron tier here. The shout out tier, again, updates are on the 5th or 6th of every month. We've got Fault Line Z, we got Fierce Fuzz, shout out to you. He just got a Series X, actually, I think. Mega Bad Life, CBD.com. Not Cylic. Cyclic, I think that's how you pronounce it. You did message me. Colonel 2005, Alex Emery. We've also got Elk Dude YouTube, aka God's Geeks, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, Nano, Polymath, Zordon, Dr. Vortex, Costanza. Let me scroll this up for a second here. Wayne, Scout Trooper 74, KY, Bob, who just started a podcast, Wakanda XNT, Goose 8402, Straw Hat Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, who is much better now. She's in the chat. Awesome. Foreign Object, Gab Quisteo, John Blue, Vec Boss, Deviator X, as well as my ride or die, Real Deal Neil, and Suicide King. We've also got Tasteless Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cavilla, All Might Gas, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. Thank you guys for what you do as we let Colt tell us why Xbox games with gold sucks really bad. No, well, like, what's going on, Colt? What are these? The games with gold were announced. I saw your tweet. I didn't even know about it, if not for your tweet. And what do you think they should do? First off, what are the titles, and how fast do they kill games with gold? And chat, do you agree? What do you think about that?
So first of all, to go along with their Xbox branding with Xbox Network, they've changed the name to Games with Bronze. So these are bronze level games.
Oh man,
no, I'm just
I thought
kidding.
it was games with PVC.
Yeah, so this is polyvinyl chloride would be an upgrade, I think. So what I think is going on here is for the past 2 years, Games with Gold has been really bad. Like it used to be competitive with PS Plus,
and now it's paying for these, right? Like you don't want people to say they're free, don't complain. No, you're paying for them.
I mean,
they're included in your membership.
Yeah, I mean they're sort of free as you're getting 48 games, whatever. I can't even remember what the number is. You're getting 48 games a year for the $60 price. So it's like it's dirt cheap. But when the competition is kicking your butt, you can't offer games like truck racing and
Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah, I mean Dark Void. Like nobody really bought that game. I'll play it. I've been looking forward to give it a try. I've tried it out. I rented it a long time ago. They do put a lot of money
in Game Pass, but Sony do put a lot of money in PlayStation Now as well. There's hundreds and hundreds of
so
there,
So I put a tweet out saying if Xbox is pumping like $10,000 per month into to pay these developers to put these games on Games with Gold, because they give them some type of monetary compensation for putting their game on here. Look, it's more people are gonna play your game. Maybe they'll pay a DLC, but we're gonna give you a little bit of money because for all those people that grab the game, they're not gonna buy it anymore. So Xbox is putting like pocket change into this. If it's 10,000 or who knows what number it is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't cost them much, and they get to give this sort of value to people. But somebody replied and said, I'd rather get a $5 Xbox I don't know what you call it, credit. $5 Xbox
Gift
credit.
card?
Like get rid of Xbox Games with Gold and just give us a $5 game credit every month instead. So it's just
that they could just make live free, right?
Yeah, I mean push forward and get Xbox Live free and just let people opt in if they want to do what is like the Humble Bundle. This is a thing where you're paying for Xbox Live and they're giving you games to soften the blow for putting you behind a paywall. Like the dealer and I were talking about this earlier. There's never going to be a game on Games with Gold that I'm like, yes, because I've bought every game that I want to play. So
and plus,
there may be a
Game Pass, right? And Game Pass.
I mean,
right?
Game Pass is a totally different thing, but they really are kind of like putting less money into gold and pushing up Game Pass. But the ultimate goal is for Xbox to get rid of the paywall for playing online. So PlayStation is totally kicking butt with just offering 2 games, and almost always both those games are really amazing the past year or so. So I just think it's something to ask better for everybody. It's not going to do me any good because I already own all these games that I
it's just
want.
your opinion, and it's okay. Like if you say, okay, this is trash, I don't like it, I think they should do this. That's perfectly fine, right?
Eventually, somebody like Phil or someone else at Xbox is going to say, when it's going to get so bad, or it's going to be said so many times, eventually Phil's going to say, we hear you, we need to be doing better with games with gold. And then the next month they'll put out a better game, and then maybe they'll just start trying to improve it. But if we just stay quiet and say, well, free's free, and they just keep offering this, it's kind of an embarrassing announcement every month. Like,
I mean, I think they have to
that
understand. Like, I think they know at this point.
ship
Right?
on platforms where Game Pass exists.
Oh, what the hell?
Fawns.
Phil, what
Well,
are
he
you
was
doing
playing-
here, Phil?
Phil, how'd you get in here?
He's
No,
I
honestly, I think if they don't know, then they're blind. I mean, people know that Games with Gold has not been good for like the last 2 years. Since they started pushing Game Pass, it hasn't been. And the thing that sucks is like, yeah, like I actually agree with everything Colt said. Like it does suck. Like it's really bad. Like I don't even pay attention to them anymore.
Right.
I just don't even look at it. And the funny thing is, I actually like one of the games that are being offered, the Viking Wolves of Midgard. I wanted to play that. So
Yeah,
I'm
and I
like,
want to play Dark
cool.
Void.
I wanna be a
I mean,
wolf
there's
of Midgard.
one.
Like because it's like a Diablo-esque game, and I've been kind of enjoying those Warhammer style, like Warhammer Inquisitor. I've been playing that, and Chaos Bane. So I've been kind of into those little games, and that game's coming out for free, and I'm like, cool. I was gonna buy that actually, so I get it for free. But they do need to change it. They need to either get rid of it. One, everybody can agree here. They need to get rid of playing multiplayer games and having to pay for that is dumb. Like it's over. Move on. If you're gonna have PC be connected and Game Pass be connected to PC, you better give us the same shit on Xbox, because paying for Xbox Live or Xbox Network or Xbox Bronze or Cole, whatever the hell you're calling it, we need to, you need to make that shit. You need to make that shit free. Like that's just number one
is
thing.
weird.
You
I
need
can
to
jump
make
on
it free.
Forza Horizon 4 or HDMI 2 on my PC, jump into the same party with my friends for absolutely free and get online and play with them because I'm on a PC. It's weird.
It's interesting.
Exactly,
isn't
and
it?
all my friends do that now. They just play on PC when I'm on Xbox, like even Sea of Thieves or whatever, and they're like, yeah, just right there. I have Game Pass for PC, and they love it. And like they're actually Game Pass has been so good that they're actually mad that they're not getting Outriders on PC for Game Pass.
Tell them
They're
to
like,
get
they're
on,
like,
tell them to
shit.
get on
It's true.
Xbox and like
And that's what I told them. I was like, get on Xbox and you'll get it. And they're like, yeah, I'm
But
gonna
pay
connect
$60
my
bucks.
Xbox One.
buy it.
Yeah,
But pay 60 to get online.
Yeah, but and then you have to subscribe. Like that's the it's just another paywall, right? Like Phil's talked about having a paywall that's $500 to get on the network with a console, and then it's another $60 to get online. It's like if you want to take shit down and make it accessible and what's cool for gamers, if you're always listening to us, make that shit free. Move on, change Games with Gold, put more into Game Pass if you have to. Like we don't care. Like just come on, evolve a little bit more.
Yeah. Fonz, you use that damn soundboard more than you talk now. I don't know if I like that.
No, I was talking. I was getting along
What
with
do you
this.
think about
I agree
Red
with
Better
him.
in the super chat saying, "Hey Colt, please unblock me. I love you."
I think it's weird, man. It's
His
weird.
fake Richard Ledbetter account. It's hilarious. We've also got Davari.
Richard follows me.
He's Davari dealer, the one man RDX. No, sorry guys, I had to turn those guys. No, seriously, thank you. And then we got M10. He says we have gold included in Game Pass. That's Game Pass Ultimate. Yes, for $5 more a month. Why complain about more free games? It's not complaining. Remember, criticism is what got them where they are today. It's the reason you're not paying double for fucking Xbox Live right now. So
Criticism
to
is why we
anybody
even
saying
have
don't
Games with
complain or
Gold.
don't say X, Y, and Z. Fucking stop it. Okay, it's a
We
good
have a-
thing. We're not doing it in a stupid fucking way. We're not going to harp on it week after week. We never do. But we will always voice our opinions, and we're just saying that take the money you're spending on Games with Gold, which it is money, and put it into Game Pass for better titles, or do something else. But just remember that criticism is never bad if you do it in the right way.
Nope.
I mean, what if they got rid of the Xbox Live Gold multiplayer paywall and they brought wouldn't they have like a big boost and people that would jump on Xbox?
Yeah, but well, this was already talked about, and this is already thrown out. They're not doing that. I think that we all want that and think it's logically, but until the Game Pass numbers far exceeds the Game Network or Games with Gold numbers or Xbox Live or whatever you want to call it, that's not going to happen. I mean, to me, this is just ever since they had Game Pass, it's obvious what they do. Anything that they get that has any kind of anything that's good about it, they put it in Game Pass. I mean, they could have had a month where they had Octopath. They could have Octopath. A couple of other games and Games for Gold, but that's not their focus. And I just think you're going to see more of this. We all definitely have the right to complain, and it is kind of crappy. But I just think that you're going to just see
that's bullshit. I'm sorry, Tim. That's fucking horseshit. Then they're gonna the only way we're gonna get free multiplayer is if we subscribe to something else while we're still subscribed to that other thing that we.
No, well, that's my point is that I don't. We already discussed this, 5 times over. We all thought they were going to do the new Xbox, the take the paywall down, but they didn't. And it's obvious that they're not going to do it because when they were thinking about doubling the price, that just gives you your answer right there.
Yeah.
I do think though, when there is let's just say 3 years from now, where they're at 70 million Game Pass subscribers. Yes, I do think that it will become a possibility. But right now, I don't think in the current vision right now that they're looking to do that. And I do think it's stupid. I agree. They would get more people on the cloud and get more people playing. And most of the games, as Grub even pointed out, are free to play. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. So, unfortunately, one of the negatives right now with Xbox, I would say, is this whole Games with Gold situation, because they obviously put no effort into it, and it's an afterthought.
Yeah, every dollar's got to come from somewhere, right? Do you want to go to you? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add real quick to it. I think Tim's right. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. And the same goes with Sony. Apart from the paywall, they both charge for their online service. I agree with the panel. They need to take that paywall off. They need to do that. So I hope that they can figure that out.
Why? Why would they do that? Because they're making so much money on that.
No, for the free to play games, they should remove it because the competition has removed it.
Oh yeah, of course, for the free to play games, they're already doing that. That's already in business. Yeah.
The Xbox Live service though, that's not going anywhere because the amount of revenue that they make off of that service, and the same with Sony, it's not going anywhere. But the thing that I got to say with Microsoft is that they do give you an option. So Games with Gold, it's utter trash. It really is. But you do have an alternative, and you can subscribe to Game Pass, or you can subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, which is a much better value, which gives you everything, gives you the live service, gives you the PC Game Pass if you go with the Ultimate, and it gives you all of the games that they release day and date. You're getting third-party games day and date. So there is an alternative. Yes, it sucks, but there's a much better alternative that's not that much more. So
well, let me give a shout-out to the General C. Thank you so much for coming to my brother. And as well as, very importantly, the almost 1,500 people already watching, guys. Thank you very much for what you do. You're part of the show. Hit the like button. Share it out to a buddy or two. Tell a friend. And, of course, I'll stop and ask that. Let me
jump in. Let me jump in for a second. So I get people are like, wow, you guys are we are complaining because we are going to tell you the way it is, the way we see things, because we want it to be better for us, the gamers, and you, the gamers. I get it.
Wait.
Game Pass is amazing. We're getting Outriders day one. I don't have to worry about buying it. I love it. I love playing on Xbox, but I'm not going to sit there and turn a blind eye to everything they do. So when I want better, I'm going to demand better, and that's the whole point. I love being on the ecosystem. I love playing on it. But
why would anybody here in the chat be shocked that we're complaining about things that should be complained about? We've always done that here on RDX. So it's just something that it's normal for us. We call out stuff that is, BS sometimes. And yeah, right now, Games with Gold is terrible. It's been terrible for a while.
Where's your trash button, Fonz? Where's your trash button?
It's kind of like the Fool's subscription of Xbox. Like anybody who's going to get Xbox, you're better off getting Game Pass and Ultimate. But just the value of this, there's just really no value there, and that's what prompted everyone really to say, get rid of it. So it's kind of like a Fool's membership, in my opinion.
You know what? Maybe it was by design, going on, right? I think, Tim, that it might be by design that way.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah,
business strategy. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's looking at it from a business standpoint. You make something a little worse than the other, make the other more enticing. People are more apt to go up another tier. Some people will anyway. Some people will get annoyed by it and just quit altogether. Who knows? But at the end of the day, something must be working for them, because it's been this way for quite some time, and they've heard our outcry on this over and over. Not only us, but people out there, even in the media, have talked about it.
He was on the show, right?
We did. So they
George
know
Foreman,
it.
they aren't free games. Like, Xbox wants to have Games with Gold be alluring, and they're not doing that. They're not offering.
It's wasted money
compelling
at this
point,
point, because you're hanging $5 out there. You need $8, which is just a better game, right? This guy's going to take $8 to draw him in.
And I also fully understand there are people who don't like our take, because there are people who have a really hard time stepping out front and admitting that Xbox isn't doing something well. Because let's be honest, right now, Xbox is doing almost everything better. I say that with full confidence. They're doing almost everything better this generation, except for Games with Gold. And Games with Gold, as Dealer told me before the show, he goes, I agree with you, Colt, but it's such a small, minuscule thing compared to everything else that Xbox is doing. Not a lot of people are waiting with bated breath for the next Games with Gold announcement. I used to, when it was a better offering, and when I didn't own as many games, but really you're looking at 360 games and Xbox One games. That's really all it is.
Yeah,
and
I didn't tweet about it. I was like, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, those are trash.
Yeah,
but I haven't thought about it so long until today.
I look forward.
It's not supposed to be like a giant topic, by the way.
Yeah, I look forward more to the weekly. I look forward to the weekly sales than I do more than Games with Gold. Like the weekly, I've bought actually a couple games from like the Tuesday sales that they do every week. Like some things are like really good deals, and I've bought I think like 4 or 5 games the last month from them, and actually playing them. And they're fun. So I look more to the deals with Gold that are like 85 or 80% off. I don't know. I like those. So
hey, shout out to Axel. He says, I've been listening to RDX for 3 years, and Games with Gold has sucked for 3 years.
Been much longer than that.
Shout out to the Indie Gamer as well, and everyone else watching, guys. Lunar, and of course Doggy Dog. Thank you very much. I don't know. I would ask you about this, but you don't give a fuck. I don't care. And
not really.
It's a long topic right now, and I'm making it worse. I want to go to the next one. It's much better.
Let's get to the next.
Just move it.
So I want to, since Fonz made a video about this, like just this one thing, right? I want Fonz to lead. It'd be a good thing for him to lead on the Indie Games event that just happened recently, and then I will get your take after Fonz, and then we'll move on from there. But Fonz. We talked about on RDX before the show happened. We lower your expectations, blah, blah, blah. We all did. And, what did you think about what they show? They just had a games event. Tell us about it.
Oh, man. The event itself was pretty boring. It was long-winded. But some of the games they showed were actually really, really, for me, they look good. Games like The Ascent. I mean, look, The Ascent, when The Ascent was first announced and shown, I wasn't really interested. It wasn't on my radar at all. But the more and more I see of this game, it looks like they've added like more effects and stuff into the game. It just looks really darn good. And it reminds me of like a Diablo style game or something. And I love Diablo games, man. So this is right up my alley. So I can't wait to try that game. Stalker 2 is very intriguing. I've watched a bunch of stuff on the original game and looked into that a bit, and that game is very intriguing as well. There was some other games too that I didn't even cover on my video, Void Train that looks interesting. It's kind of a weird art style, but it looks interesting nonetheless. Colt covered that, and it was really good looking. Dude,
You're forgetting one of the most important ones, man.
Exomecha.
which one?
No, the fucking Song of Iron.
Song of Iron looks dope, man.
Dude.
That 2D side scrolling, the look of that
Viking
game is awesome. It's very awesome for a 2D side scroller. So look, man, back when I was originally a PlayStation, guy, you could say at the beginning of this generation, I bought a PlayStation 4 first, and I didn't have an Xbox One because I hated the Kinect and I just didn't want to buy it. But anyway, so when I had my PS4, I had to learn to love indie games back then because that's basically what was on it. And so it was my Indie Station 4. And I loved those indie games and stuff. And then, of course, AAAs. No, I'm not. AAAs, came out and stuff. I love my AAAs, but I do like some indies. There are a lot of indie gems out there. And, I've seen a bunch of them on this show. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, the show might have been whack, but there was a lot of good games shown. And those games will be on Game Pass, and that's what's so cool about it is the fact that
we'll be able to know that Xbox provided all the assets and Twitch Gaming was the one that ran the entire show and made all the decisions about how it was presented.
It wasn't supposed to be that long. And they didn't announce that a lot of those games are actually going to be at least some kind of exclusive, right?
Or on Game Pass. Yeah, like it wasn't very clear at all. And they weren't. Xbox wasn't very happy with the way that show was gone, but in Twitch's defense, they wanted to emulate the day-long indie event they usually are able to have for indies. So they tried to emulate that by running a 4-hour, 3-hour plus show with breaks, so people could go, use a bathroom.
It was 4 hours long, wasn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous.
It was.
Landon in the chat said, Fonz is a fraud. Yeah, I'm a fraud for liking games. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it.
We knew Fonz was a fraud. Oh, we already knew that.
Fraudarelli.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, shout out to Landon. I'm sure he's just yanking your chain. Again, you didn't. So you kind of like the event, but there's no way you watched 4 hours of this shit. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch 4 hours of this. No way.
I watched the whole thing.
I didn't watch it. You
That's
watched the whole
crazy.
thing?
Yeah. I sat with. I can't remember who I sat with. Dars or Gaz. And watch part of it, and it was rough.
How many times you fall asleep?
I didn't fall asleep. I just kept waiting for. Some of the interviews are really long, but like
what about that lawnmower sim though? What about that lawnmower sim?
I'm gonna
Looks
be hitting corners
amazing,
fast as hell on that thing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Shrapnel lawn going into people's eyes.
Why's your house here? I'm coming through. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason my mic is all messed up. So
your mic's really low. They were saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that. So let me know if it needs to go up a little more or whatever. But I mean, they had an indie games event. Tim Dog, you said that Fable was going to be there. What the hell?
Fable, Halo, I thought Starfield.
Kidding.
No,
Starfield 2,
listen,
RDNA 9.
I don't. I didn't have a big problem. Listen, 4 hours, yes, it's too long. But I kind of looked at it on the other side, and I took some flack where I kind of realized that they want to get. Listen, as an indie developer gamer or a developer, you really don't have the limelight, and this was like kind of their first time where they can show their game off and talk about their product. And those people are people too, and they want to, they deserve some of the. Deserve some of the fanfare, but 4 hours is definitely too long. And I did hear what other people on the panel are hearing that that Xbox wanted it to be like 60. It's only like 60 minutes. But they're not running inside Xbox anymore, and this is, I guess, they're kind of under the Twitch. They kind of partnered with Twitch here, and I just, I listen, as gamers, we all just want the content. And if they showed all the content and they had the interviews later, nobody would pay attention to the interviews. They just want to see the content, release dates, when it's coming, is it exclusive, is it coming to Game Pass? But as far as future shows, I don't want them to follow this. I think any show like an E3 really with games and or summer showcases. The 1 hour 45-minute, 1 hour 30-minute is kind of the best bet, unless you have like a tremendous amount of games, which Xbox might have. But overall, I thought though 22 games going to Game Pass. A lot of games looking really kind of cool. The car game I thought was cool. There was like a pixel car game. There was
Art of Rally.
Yeah, Art of Rally looked very cool. I forgot one of the other names, but some of the games look really good.
Exomech. I mean, I keep saying that one, but it's like it caught my eye instantly. I think it's going to be like bad with the controls or something. Something's going to be weird with that game. I can just tell.
I don't know.
It looks damn good.
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's going to be bad with controls.
He like
Honestly,
shakes the robot in the nipple, and he's like, ah! And he just falls over like all like a stiff.
No, you're saying some of. I've noticed some of the animations there. Yeah, that do look a bit wonky, but when you're shooting and stuff, I don't know, man. It looks like it might have some feel to that impact and stuff. I'm excited to try it. I'm excited.
Let me give a shout out to Pong Soul, who we played some games of 2K with last night. Brian Harris, Fuzzy Belvedere. People that aren't in the super chat. It's good. Let me get some of them so we can do that. Hey, also, I do want to move on to Wilmie's opinion of this little event, like I should have done. Sir, give us some of that entertaining Southern humor.
Well, the only thing that kept me awake was the fact that I was doing a live reaction with the Iron Lords.
You died.
Oh, shit.
So luckily, King David and I and Cog, we kept each other awake through most of it.
Hang on, you guys streamed through the whole thing?
No, we stopped short at about 3 hours. We just had all we could take. I'm going to say this, and I'll probably get some hate. If your studio is called Bunny Hug, there's a 100% chance I will not play your game.
Why?
That's fucking discriminatory against bunnies, you bitch.
Who is Bunny Hug?
Yeah.
What are they making?
The fishing simulation game.
Oh,
I'm playing
gosh,
that.
yeah, that was
And
the
I'm
one
sorry,
I was waiting for.
Xbox had been on a roll, and I know Xbox did not do this event. They hired Twitch to do it.
Not their game
Twitch
either.
did this in the most cringy way they could possibly think of.
Trash.
And some of these developers, I don't even think they knew they were going to be talking for that long.
They didn't.
And some of the footage was actually old footage that we had seen earlier.
They ran out of footage at the 3 hour
minutes.
mark.
Yeah, 12 minutes. I mean, was that not the same footage we had already seen
That's
prior?
a game I want to play. Wilmy, 12 minutes. They didn't show us new stuff of that.
No, exactly. There was a couple of games that did look really good. The Exo Mecha, I think it's called. That looks really good. No One's Saving the World. That one looked good.
Yeah,
there
nobody's
were some
going to
good-looking
save
games
the world.
in there.
Awesome.
There were some good-looking games in there, but it was just the presentation. They wanted to put their streamers out in front of all this, and they could have at least picked streamers that cared.
Yeah, they
there
just
was
paid them.
There was that one girl that went and shook her head every time they showed a trailer. Like she had the same reaction, like a canned reaction to every game. I was like,
I saw that.
Come on. And she's like, I don't normally play first person shooters, but that Exo Mecha, those robots were shiny and stuff.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. Yeah, they're shiny.
Yeah, that's
And I mean,
that's
that
great.
was their way of trying to, get their streamers out front and get them, presented and seen. And I applaud them for that. But I mean, they just basically killed the entire show and dragging that out for 4 hours.
Yeah, it was
That whole show could have been an email.
Honestly, I gave the show a 9 out of 10 because they showed the reindeer butting the thing on the vending machine again. And I was like, it's been years, reindeer. How you been?
Soap. Where's my damn soap, Bambi?
Yep, that's why. 9 out of 10. I was like, look at them. They doubled down. They said, F you, RDX. We don't care. Here it is again.
Yeah.
You a bitch.
Bambi's back.
Here's the headbutt.
I showed some of that in my video. It's great.
You jinxed it last week. You said, when's the last time we saw that game? We haven't seen that game, and they showed it to you, dealer.
Yep,
They're
you
always
did. You're
giving me
like,
what
where
I
is it?
want,
Where
damn
is it?
Always give me exactly what I'm asking for.
Xbox is selective here. And they're like, he wants it. Put it in there.
Oh, God. I'm dying. And this, I don't know. I just figured the event wasn't really going to be much because, again, it's all we've been hearing before. And hopefully none of you guys sat through that 4-hour event. It'll be worse than this 2-hour show. A lot worse, actually. A lot of indie, little tiny stuff. Not even like really, really, really cool stuff, like consistently, because Xbox never planned on that show being 4 hours. They thought it was going to be 90 minutes. And with that, you could have had something that you could have at least sat through, right? But yeah, as when we said, they died streaming that at the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, but there were some really cool games, though. We can say that.
Yeah, they were actually some really cool looking games.
Looking forward
But
to
they
like
just-
4 or 5 of them for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And,
just-
you,
they
and
just
you're with
killed
the
the
Iron
heck
Lords,
And
the Iron
stop.
Lord podcast. Oh, the Iron Lord. Everybody in chat, you should hit up Cognito and ask him what he thinks of Zulker. You know, a little inside joke. Tell him hi.
And don't follow that man, or you're so bad.
Yeah, don't follow that man. Cognito, you guys. Cognito's an awesome person. I love him, but you guys got to give him some shit for me.
Just leave it behind the scenes stories for the children one day. Zero Myth says, "Hey, when will Xbox update GDK for developers? They've already updated it. Haven't you noticed that a lot of games are fucking starting to pull ahead? So they've updated it once.
Oh, we're not
There's
talking about the
multiple
tools
updates
again, are we?
throughout the year. So that's the super chat, Fonzarelli. That's how that works. Got to do that.
I
Who's
gotta
beating
say,
on
though,
who's beating on somebody's refrigerator
That's
door?
the tools. That's the tools.
Oh God, that's a soundbite. That's good quality, Fonz. Where are you finding these clips at?
I don't know.
You're making them all yourself, ain't you?
He doesn't
just
even
finding
know.
them.
He's like, I'm just doing things.
I don't even know where I'm at.
No, there's a website. There's a website.
There's
That's
a
all I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, hey, shout out to almost 1,700 watching live, guys. Hit the like button if you
You got to
haven't.
go on the dark.
We do
web.
appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get off the dark web with Fonzarelli and move forward to well, I guess we could update everyone on Discord real quick. Tim, you said something earlier that kind of but they might find interesting with the approach, and real quick, maybe a minute, whatever. You said that they approached at Microsoft and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, well, Discord actually came to Microsoft, and they wanted them to buy it out. And from what I'm hearing, and what been reported, it looks like it's going to get done. And this isn't the end of investment. I kind of been pushing around and asking around, and Xbox really, I think we talked about it last night on the chat. They're really looking to push, and Discord is it's a big move. It's not a big move for gamers per se. I think probably the gaming chats and some stuff might get improved. xCloud functionality may be built into it with Hotlink Gaming, stuff like that. It's not going to be exclusive. But it's a big move. But from what I'm hearing, Microsoft's really looking at the gaming sector, acquisitions, publishers, this type of stuff, and they are full force on investing. So I mean, I saw a report Blooper just dropped out. They're not being purchased anymore. But I do hear that. Discord is going to happen, and I'm hearing that more stuff is coming, which is very good news. I think that Xbox should really push to fill in areas and make Game Pass and gaming the best on its platform.
Yeah. Immortal Jedi, indie games do not hold back fucking hardware. Just stop.
Huh?
He said ID games hold back the industry demand more ? Demand the more AAA games. Stop
Indie
pushing
games
up indie
push
games.
the industry like they're huge.
Indie game. He's talking about visually.
And some of these
That's just
small
not how it works.
developers, like Song of Iron, is made by one guy, and that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Facts.
Again, I mean,
Some of the
Microsoft
big-
put the hardware out there, and you can either max it out or you can run an indie game on it. But the indie game certainly isn't the fucking thing they're basing the hardware around. Okay.
Okay, so
I hope he's
did
being
indie
sarcastic. I think he's
games
being
kill-
sarcastic.
I don't think he is.
Yeah,
Did
I think.
yeah,
Hopefully.
because indie games didn't kill the PS4.
Bond's going harder. He's being toxic, Chad. I'm sorry about him.
That's not
He's so
toxic. That's being
toxic.
factual. Come on, Resogun was the first and only game to play on the PS4 when that dropped.
Give him one if he's being a little toxic. He's got the Elmer's glue over there. He's got the non-toxic today.
And I love my PS4.
He loves his PS4. Well, let's talk about how Xbox Game Pass is literally turning people on their heads and making them eat their own words from 6-8 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. You got even people like Paul Tassi who didn't think Series S existed. Was now shitting all over Sony fanboys because Game Pass is amazing. I'm being sarcastic with the toxic shit. Anybody thinks we're being toxic, it ain't the right show for you. I'm sorry. I mean, shit. But Paul Tassi, he came out with an article talking about Xbox and Game Pass is making him leave his PS5. I guess they were engaged. I don't know what's happening. Why can't he have both? Hey, Colt, what's going on with this article?
Yeah, he's kind of fed up with the PlayStation. To be honest, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. He's tired of the cross-gen, unsmart delivery part of the
Unsmart
platform.
delivery.
He's tired of downloading a PS5 game and he's actually playing a PS4 version. He's tired of trying to move his saves over and it's all locked behind a cloud paywall and it's not working smoothly. It's just one of those things where some people told me over and over that smart delivery was a buzzword, but it is actually something you should expect on your new console. Not something, it's not even a perk. It's just something that should just be there, and it's not there on the PlayStation. Paul Tassie's kind of fed up with some of the problems going on with his PS5, and he's going to play multiplats on the Xbox.
Well, kind of like cloud saves, right? Kind of like cloud saves, right? Like the day I set up my PS5, I was on party chat with you guys, and I was pissed.
You were
like
mad,
jumping through hoops to try to get my saves. My game saves.
If you had sold your PS4 or given it to someone else, I would have been
screwed.
You would have had no saves on your other games. Yeah,
and that's what's crazy, right? If you sell your PS4 and you don't transfer your games onto, say, a capture device, a USB or whatever, they're gone. They are gone. You can't transfer them to your PS5 because cloud saves are behind a paywall. It's insane.
I had a fanboy on Twitter try to attack me because he didn't even know that last time I said that on Twitter. Are you sure that's the case?
Yes. Yeah. That is the case.
Yeah, you only get you don't also, isn't it 100 gigs or something? You don't get unlimited.
Get this. Like a couple weeks after I bought the PS5, Zocker and I both bought PS Plus for like $30 a year. Like it was on sale. Zocker bought 2 years and I bought 1 year. I went to go move my games over. I went into my PS5 to bring my games over, and it's like, what games? They're not on the cloud. I'm like, yeah, but I paid for PS Plus. Like, where's my cloud saves? I had to go in the family room, load up my PS4, and go to each individual game and start pushing every save over to the cloud. Yeah. And for 7 years, Xbox has been doing this automatically for free. Like you don't have to do anything. You play the game, as soon as you save it, it saves one local, one cloud every time.
For once, Microsoft jumped ahead of the curve on something.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft, Xbox and Microsoft, when they viewed smart delivery, they used PC as, basically as what to do or how to go about it. They wanted it to work like it works like on a PC, and basically that's the way it is working. On a PC, if you have a game and you switch, hardware, it just, it goes smoothly over. So them aligning with the PC and stuff like that. So sorry about that. Them aligning with the PC and doing stuff like that also helped them with smart delivery because they kind of like wanted to bring it all into one and not just be one platform versus another. And a lot of Sony's mistakes or their problems is because they're basically two platforms, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And this goes just from the, they had the mixed messaging of Jim Ryan saying we believe in generations. This is backfiring bad. And it's a big deal. Like people don't want to be hassled. They just want to put their game in and they want to just smoothly run it. They don't want to be running the wrong version. I have to say Xbox nailed it with this. They just, there's been no problems. You just put your game in, and if it's not updated, it just it tells you your game needs to be updated. It updates it to the system that you're playing on.
And people need to and people need to realize that this might not be an easy fix for Sony. That they're just going to be like, oh, here's cloud saves. They might be able to fix it, but you got to remember they're still struggling with
fix the damn PSN name.
Yeah, exactly. The name changes are still a problem. Like you lose trophies, you lose all this stuff. So this cloud save thing to be honest, like this might be why they went in that contract with Microsoft to use their servers to kind of help implement things into their stuff where it's through the networking.
It's like
And
from
that's-
the ground up built the wrong way.
Yeah,
to do
like
what they
build
want.
exactly help build their infrastructure. It's not just the cloud streaming and all that. Like everybody's like that's what they're focusing on. To me, it was like their infrastructure, their database, the way they set it up. They had a 7-year-old do it. And so they need, somebody to actually
He had
go
good
in there and
rates,
help it.
Stalker. Don't touch it.
Toxic.
You know
no,
what?
but it is annoying. It is really annoying to see that. And the guy Paul Tassi, he didn't just talk about like that. Like he was like, yeah, I think that shit threw him over the edge. But I think it's more. He brought up like, yo, I'm gonna be able to play Outriders for free basically because I have Game Pass. He's all
Yeah.
plus. He said it's cross play. He's like, so I get to play with my friends that are on PlayStation, so it doesn't matter to me. And
Well, do
that's
they not
something.
party
If
up
you
and talk or
well, no, they can. You can still party up on Discord and still play. You can still party up on whatever and still play. Like it doesn't matter. Like, and so he just basically talked about that. He also complained in the article about the controller. He said like my PS5 controller just doesn't last long. He's like he was like he had to turn off the adaptive triggers and all that because the controller would die pretty easily on him. And so all these things that like people have talked about like being a problem on PlayStation. If you don't think it's starting to go into the general public, if it's him complaining, then you got another thing coming, man. There's a lot of stuff that is very convenient on Xbox.
And then,
I'll
and then
be
you,
honest.
see people complain about the batteries in the controller of the Xbox. The batteries, first of all, they last really long. You got the option of the plug and play, but you have the option. So if your battery were to die quickly, you can just
Yeah.
shove some AA's in there. You're good to go. With PlayStation, you gotta plug it in to charge it. You gotta plug it in while you're playing. It's just inconvenient. That
The battery well is better. They just
By
don't
the way,
wanna
I'm
do it.
hearing more about that SSD expansion of the PS5 and how developers are struggling to keep that thing cool. And I don't know
That's not good.
what's going on with that entirely. But again, I'm just telling you what I was told
think-
by a
you know
developer. And I want speaking of a developer, it's a different developer, of course. But Optimus Code in the super chat, he says, "Is this podcast safe for everybody or no?" Just asking for a friend. LOL. Yeah, shout out to Optimus. And then let me get Lord
It's friendly for people
Starkiller.
that don't think Twitter's a game.
Let's I didn't hear what he said. Lord Starkiller, he says, shout out to him. He says, let's have RDX podcast run the indie. Hey, yeah, don't make us run the indie game event, sir. Don't make us do that. And be like, show Exomecha, Ascent, 12 minutes, and
yeah.
that's
Show
it.
those all over back to back.
The one saving the world.
Yeah.
I will say
So
about
dark.
smart delivery though, I was one of those people who kind of looked at it as it's just a buzzword. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, of course it's going to work. Like, come
Right,
on, it's
yes.
always worked. Like, it's nothing that is like revolutionary in my head until I wound up getting the PlayStation 5 and having those issues. I won't really call them issues, but having to jump over those hurdles, I'll say. And that's when you get kind of like, it opens your eyes and you go, wow, well, why does Microsoft's system just do it so easily, That's when it really opened my eyes to this. And I go, okay, smart delivery. I know why they coined that term. It makes sense now because they knew that was coming for the PS5 and it was smart.
And the funny thing is that a lot of people, when the Xbox Series X was coming out and all this and PC, people were like, well, if I wanted a PC, I'd buy one. Xbox isn't doing this right. And then in reality, PlayStation 5, you're doing a lot more tinkering to actually, it's not plug and play anymore. That's what a console should be. Plug and play. Don't have to worry about it. It's convenience.
Hey,
That's
you
what
never
you're
complained
paying
about
for
the
when you have a
Xbox and not
console.
the PlayStation version?
You don't remember the Xbox, like everybody like 2-3 years ago, how they were doing this and you just do this. They're like, well, there's just too many steps. I don't want to tinker.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
But that was
geez,
back
like, with
before,
all-
Series X and whatnot, what I'm saying.
Exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like Xbox answered all those questions, made it easy, took the time, and then now it's like Sony stuff is very like you just got to do a lot more shit to it. It's like,
what I find funny though, Zucker, is that you'll have people argue with you when you complain about stuff like this, and they'll go, "Well, all you got to do is spend like 10 minutes doing this or that, or go to the store and get a USB drive and put it in there, and manually take each file save over, then bring it to your PS5, plug it in, and wait another 10, 20 minutes." And it's like, dude, I don't have to do that with the Series X. Why do I have to do it with the PS5? That's so archaic. Like. It doesn't
You
make
never
sense.
had to do that with the other console generation. Like there's just something wrong.
The point is,
Weird.
if a company is doing something better than another one, then that we should praise them for that, and people shouldn't naysay or call it a buzzword when it's actually doing something better. Like, come on, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, competition,
we
right? Like
doing?
Games of Gold. There would be no Games of Gold without PS Now or PS Plus, right? So, I mean, when you're competitive to something, you should probably try to keep up or adapt and do stuff better. And I think Sony did not expect them to integrate their hardware and software the way they did. I don't think they expected them. So Microsoft saw this shit coming forever ago. And we've talked about this before, but that's why back compat on an emulated scale like they have was such a big deal, because they were no longer limited by their hardware going forward with compatibility, right? The software-based compatibility. Whereas Sony's using hardware back compat right now. They have to do things a certain way to maintain that compatibility. That's why you don't have PS2 and PS3 and compatibility and all that stuff right now. So again, yeah, I mean, you got a point. You got to keep up with your competitors.
Somebody said, I heard it's like 10 clicks just to shut off the PS5. No, it's not.
No.
It's
I
not.
don't.
You just pull it off the
They leave
shelf
it
and
on.
it shuts off.
Oh,
pretty
I
quick.
shut mine on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
let it turn itself off because too many problems.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I love it.
What are you doing? Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, shout out to over 1,800 people watching live. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't shared it out. We do appreciate it. This is Vermintide 2 gameplay, Warhammer Vermintide 2. You can get it on Game Pass. This is one of the few games that I've actually put good time into that I didn't actually buy, and the developers went bankrupt. I'm kidding. They love Game Pass. They left their game in
Oh
there.
my God.
By the way, when you download a game off Game Pass, you're not actually giving the developer any money at all. Or when you subscribe, when you buy, Microsoft pay them the money to put their title in there, and whether you buy it or not is irrelevant. It might, of course, it'll help them leave it in there if it's performing, but the dollar, it's just a dollar thing.
Our
Whatever.
audience knows this.
Not everybody.
our
You would be
audience
surprised.
knows
I got asked what E3 was one time.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's true.
All right, you'd be very surprised. So their games in Game Pass, they already got paid, right? They got their chunk of money for putting it in there. But anyway, let's go ahead and move forward here. There's actually shout out to Psychonaut Super Chat. He says, shout out to the whole panel and the chat. Thank you so much, sir. Black Eyed
Shout out
Dog.
to
Yes,
him.
I've tried to turn up my mic. Thank you much. Dark CMF, by the way. Skipped over that one on accident. Dark CMF.
I listened back, and I don't hear you as low, by the way. I listened back on my phone.
I
to
turned
check.
it up. I turned it up.
Okay.
Well, damn, I scrolled down once and it fucking shot down like 30 times. Dark CMF says that Major Nelson tweeted recently that they are actually, what is he talking about? Yeah, removing the paywall for certain games. And I think this is in the insider bill. We'll talk more about that later on what we know or what we think about all that stuff, which is good. Nano Polymath does say in the super chat, if we can invest billions into studios, wouldn't that be nice? Could we just all come together and invest billions? Then we can sacrifice millions and get behind Game Pass. I don't know. I think people got to remember that Xbox and Microsoft are two different things, and they don't necessarily, remember Discord isn't just an Xbox thing for them. So,
No.
Definitely.
But it could be also. So
Don't be toxic, Fonz.
I'm not being toxic.
I get him every time. Joshua, he says Games of Gold is awesome. All right. He says he likes all of the games ever. Hang on a second. That ever came to it. You need to stop complaining. Joshua, are you drunk, sir? I'm sorry.
I've loved every game that ever came to it, and yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous, Joshua. I don't believe that. Not even for $10. Thank you, though, sir. Also, he said, you loved every single game. I can't even get over that.
He could have took that $10 and bought a real game.
I guess so. KY Bob, he says, if dealer... oh, God. If dealer handles the lawnmower like the way he drives in Forza, better get... Okay. Yeah, the lawnmower simulator game. What was that? People were like, man, dealer loved this game. It was a racing lawnmowers or something. I know.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's
I
not.
thought that was
amazing.
literally a commercial during the show.
Yeah, I thought it was a
an
joke
advertisement.
at first.
And
Yeah, it
no,
looked
No,
like a
Farming
joke.
Simulator and all those games are really popular.
Yeah, there are people that responded to me when I was making fun of it. They were like, I'm really excited for it. And
Ah, this
I'm
shit
like,
looks
"Oh."
fire. I can't wait to run over
Was it
people's
Joshua?
bushes.
And then the joke, dads everywhere are excited for this. And I'm like, look, I'm a dad and a grandpa, and I don't even like mowing my own lawn, okay? So I'm not happy
I
for
heard
this.
people to do mine. I'm not going to, yeah.
Oh, man. Shout out to KY Bob, though. Again, he just did start a podcast, I think, with Premise Gaming, and those guys are having fun starting the journey, the grind, I like to call it.
Yeah,
The grind for a
definitely
couple
check it out.
years at least on YouTube here. So, best Xbox podcast, brother. Thank you very much. New Alpha, who says, I like cupcakes. All right. Hopefully they make you
I
happy.
like grapes.
The Nano says, don't forget, chat, Hitman 3 available free for the weekend. So if you're on
Hey,
Xbox Live,
really?
you can download Hitman 3 right now.
Really quickly, I just have to bring something up because somebody just DM'd me a video of this game. I don't know if you heard about it, dealer. The esports boxing club.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a billion
It
tags
looks
on
really
that one.
good, man.
It looks
Yeah.
good.
Jeez.
Yes, it looks good, but I'm not convinced it's going to handle better than Fight Night.
I watched.
Yeah, I don't know, but it looks really good. This
I
new
wa-
video they put out.
I watched the actual presentation of it, and I gotta say, man, it looks very, very promising. As a fan of the sport, they seem to got a lot of the things down packed. That from switching of the stance to the footwork, and the footwork just flows. Everything
Mhm.
is
Animations are great.
yeah, everything was done in a capture studio, right? So
Yeah.
everything was motion captured, and as well, even the punching stances. So, like, say you're going for a cross, you can switch it from a cross to a hook, or if you're going for a jab, you can switch it midway to like an uppercut. It seems really, really fluid, and it looks very promising. And if anything, I hope
Yeah.
this makes EA get off their ass and give us another fight.
I
night.
think they are working on another one.
Yeah, me too.
I've tagged him in
it's-
enough posts.
It's a slam dunk for EA to utilize their stars or boxing stars onto these next generation consoles, which this is a type of game that really can showcase. If you remember PS3, when it came out in 360, really showcased these type games, and you could put a ton of polygons into the fighters. You could really make it look amazing. So I think EA is going to do it, but as for this game, this game really looks intriguing. Some people were complaining that it looks a little floaty. Like it doesn't look like they're grounded, the fighters. But other than that, everyone's been really super hyped. And also, one of the cool things I heard, they have a cut guy. So if you get like cut in the fight, they actually there's a part of the game that's I think details that.
Yeah.
So there's a cut guy. But yeah, I mean, from the footage I saw, it has me excited, and I really hope this gets it's not one of these cheesy games where it's under budget and type thing. I hope it's good because
They got a surprising amount of fighters in there too. I don't like there's like a lot of fighters in the game apparently.
Dollar General boxing.
Just to add to what Tim said, there was another part there where, if depending on the trainer, PlayStations just are online. Anyway, sorry. There's a part in there where they're talking about the trainer. So if you have a certain trainer, depending on the tier of it, you can see your opponent's strengths and weakness, right? So if your trainer's level's not high, you're not going to see all of their weaknesses and their strengths. But if they're high, of course, you get to see everything, which gives you an advantage, which is kind of realistic, because if you have a good trainer in real life, they're going to do the research.
Yeah,
and they're going to.
but then that introduces like all the. Remember Fight Night 2? You're over there in the corner, scrubbing the dude's eye with a fucking ice pad, and like all these little mini games. Like, I'm not here to do this shit. Like, I just want to knock someone out or box or the science, right? The science, D-batch. But, maybe they could have a mode where you don't have to deal with that stuff. That'd be nice. Maybe I'm just, missing out. Who knows? Let me know in the chat. Cultist. You said Dollar General Boxing. Where's this at?
Just saying, what if it's Dollar General boxing?
That's how they got so many boxers to sign on?
Oh, dear.
Maybe.
Mm.
Sign on for $1. Works for Game Pass.
Boxer Pass. Okay, well, let me get one more of these, and then we'll come back to him. Dan Lazaro, he says the Snyder Cup was 4 hours long. I didn't die 15 minutes in like I did with the Xbox event. Shout out to Lazaro. Do appreciate it, brother. As we move on to the next topic, let me find. So you're saying that people like Tassie's article, he's just tired of some of the smaller stuff, the quality of life stuff that Xbox has been already had for 8 years. So now he's tired. Now he notices it, even though most of the stuff with Xbox has already been there for like 6, 7, 8 years. Okay. And then we got Xbox Live, the network testing, stuff like that. Hang on, crap. What the hell is this? This is
Do you
not
have
supposed to
that
be
Push
in
Square
here.
article on there, dealer? That's quite interesting.
Say what, boy?
Today, Junior?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Fonz is using that damn soundboard too much. What are you
That's
saying?
awesome. Do you have the Push Square article about Jim Ryan?
Oh, go ahead.
About how he's kind of they say their opinion is he's pushing PlayStation into the ground and not innovating and not evolving and not keeping up with Xbox. And he says that Xbox game studios dwarfs PlayStation studios by a large margin, and PlayStation needs to respond or they won't be able to keep up.
You know why I'm cringing at that? Because fucking Microsoft been doing this shit forever. And now that they see the tides turning, right? They see a little bit, they see the positivity with what's happening with Microsoft. There's a reason that these guys are coming out with these articles after the Bethesda acquisition. Oh, the features are so convenient. They've been there for fucking 5 years. Like, are you just kind of trying to already jump on the other side? Do you, these guys don't care what they used to like or what they used to say or where they used to stand. They just give a fuck what they think you're going to click on now. So, you know, that's what I think, as Beetlejuice just said in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Is it a good article? Why didn't they notice most of this stuff sooner? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
typical.
They're running around the just, you know, trying to explain what's been going on, but it's just the self-awareness that Xbox is, I don't know, the media is finally starting to see it, even though, like, I don't know. And it was hard for even me to see it for a while. Like in 2017 or 18, when they started talking about Game Pass, I thought, well, I mean, what are they putting Crackdown on there and Sea of Thieves? Like, hope this works out. Sounds like it's going to be really good. It's going to save me a lot of money. But like, we didn't know that behind the scenes, they had big plans to spend, you know, $10 billion on studios or whatever they've been spending. So now you're starting to see it. Of course, the diehard fanboys are saying they still haven't shown gameplay, or nothing's going to keep up with God of War. Like, they'll continually move the goalposts. But the gaming media, who is more reasonable than morons you'll see in the comment section, like, they understand that Xbox isn't screwing around anymore, and this is going to be a big deal. And both platforms are going to bring out a bunch of amazing games, and it's going to be fierce competition. And if you're only on PlayStation, you just have to kind of, you know, come to the grips that there's going to be some big games several times a year on the Xbox. So,
and that's something that actually Paul Tassi talked about. He said it might have taken $7.5 billion for them to kind of get my attention, but it's not just that. It's he even said it, like the Series S is like another thing. Like, you can like right now, once the Series S becomes more available, obviously things are sold out still, and it's going to be like that for a while. You can get for $320+, $340, you can literally get next generation games and over 200 games on your Xbox with Game Pass. Yeah, like that's it. Like, that's like, do you understand that? And then this is not even on sale yet, right? We're not even talking about like the holiday sales and all that. Like, can you imagine going and buying something for $250 on a sale and getting 200 games? Like, that's insane, people. And when they start dropping the Bethesda games, it's over. Like, it's done. Damn.
Today I was looking at the upcoming Outriders. I got like some pre-order notification. Pre-order on PlayStation 5, $79.99. I was like, I got this on Game Pass. So it's
you're gonna break the developers.
My developer.
Well, listen, I honestly, I think Sony deserves some criticism, and I think still they're a little protected. You think that they don't have and they don't have a solution right now for adding an external SSD to what they give you is a small amount of space to begin with PlayStation 5. They still don't have an answer for that. It's supposedly coming in the summer.
You know what, Tim? I think an answer to smart delivery is even worse than that. In my opinion.
The smart delivery stuff, the saves,
which we're going to get to. We're going to get to more an example of why smart delivery is a very, very good thing here soon.
Right, but the VRR lack of it, they do get a lot of passes. But for me, I think the big thing was the way Phil and Xbox handled the Bethesda. If they had said some games and it wasn't going to be all, and they opened that door out, that would have been really bad. But they
shut the fuck up with that thing.
They no,
There's
they
people
nailed
crying out there.
they nailed
Not
it
me.
with the Bethesda, and that was a big momentum change, or it opened people's eyes.
Oh man. There it goes again. Someone else crying.
You know, if you stand in a mirror, in front of a mirror in a dark bathroom, and you say Game Pass 3 times in the dark, there'll be a fanboy scream at you and come out to kill you.
Yeah.
Forever physical.
Don't make promises you can't keep, boy.
Hashtag forever physical.
Hashtag forever physical while they fill out their bill for Netflix and Hulu and everything else. Yeah.
I mean, they have a right for their opinion, but to be
of course.
forever physical, good luck. It's just not the way things are going, right? So, XS Effect in the Super Chat says, can we get a Colt Eastwood ID at Xbox showcase director's cut made?
Now, let's be fair, though, about that forever physical, though. I, as a gamer who's went all digital, I do not want to see physical gaming go away. I like the option there for people. It's awesome for myself, even, I have that option. I don't want to see that go away at all. And nobody's asking for that.
We're not
really.
advocating. Yeah, nobody is.
And that's the funny thing is they're like acting as if, as Game Pass subscribers that we're all advocating for that. And we're just not. So
yeah, that's a battle you're not going to win, just like Netflix, just like everything else. And that's not saying that we like it that way or that we're for that or not for that. We're just saying that's how it is.
I don't hate on anybody who likes physical media.
I want to read this one by Alex in Super Chat. He says this is something I've been curious about. Will CDPR make another Cyberpunk game, or is it what is that? Is that a one and done, Fonz? Or
Let's have them make one game first, right?
Yeah, it's one
and done.
Fonz, why did you review this game?
Why are you using that term, one and done?
So that's what he said in the Super Chat.
No, he's saying are they gonna make? He said that they're gonna make just one Cyberpunk game and call it quits, like one and done. And I'm telling
right
them
now
they need to make at least one of those.
Hey, right now the rumor is the rumor is right now that there's like 10 DLCs. There's like 10 DLCs coming.
No, they're talking about starting the next Witcher game right now.
No. I'm telling you, they've data mined it and they see and people have seen like there's 10 DLCs.
But how can I trust you when you didn't even review Cyberpunk?
And the online is not coming at all, I guess is what they're saying.
Good.
So
I think
the multiplayer, I guess I'd call it. Yeah. I was actually playing that game the other night and I really enjoyed it, but it is really an Xbox 360 game dressed as a current game.
Cole, you like saying that a lot, calling games 360 games.
What, like Outriders? It absolutely is.
It's not.
Yeah.
Just because the mechanics have changed it.
The mechanics are right out of a 360 era game.
Yeah, looking around and running shit. Fuck all that. No, I think it feels like an older game too, but just because there's no physics like on the characters at all. Like it just makes it feel weird.
I mean, locked. All right.
I was playing Gears 5. I was playing Gears 5 the other night, and that game feels so
much better, yeah.
More advanced and refined compared to Outriders. Outriders feels like a 360 era game.
But Outriders is doing things different than Gears, right? So maybe you like the loot aspect and crap, right?
Difference, honestly,
dude. It's not a knock against people can fly because Bulletstorm still holds up as an absolutely fantastic tactile feeling first person shooter, and that's why the same developer.
When I look at something like Gears 5 between that and Outriders, I can definitely see the difference. Gears 5 looks much better, and the animations and stuff. Yes, I totally agree. 100% look better on Gears 5.
Well,
but as far as the way they feel, it kind of feels the same.
No.
It honestly, it does.
I went right from Outriders to Gears. No
I'm just telling you how I feel. It's my opinion.
I like
they're both the same kind of.
And this opinion is brought to you by
third-person shooter.
Tears.
It's brought to you by Salty as Tears. Yep.
I love that stuff.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway because nobody's going to buy it because it's in Game Pass and the developers will be broke within a year.
Why you got to put that on them like that?
Bethesda Blueberry. Buy it now at Ace Hardware stores.
Bonds, when's that Cyberpunk review coming?
It ain't never coming.
Why?
People don't want to hear about Cyberpunk. They just don't want to hear about it. They you know what? The last time I even mentioned Cyberpunk, they're coming at my throat. And I love the game.
He's saying he's going to get lynched by
awesome.
subscribers, guys.
Yeah, I love the game too. The
well,
game was amazing.
You think we like complaining about everything we complain about Xbox? But
I think Fonz's review was at the beginning of his video, like a couple weeks ago, where he showed the montage of broken
all the bugs and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
I love it.
Well, yeah, there you go, chat. Yeah, it's not happening. I tried my hardest.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Hey, shout out to Guillermo Cavillo. Holy shit, been a minute. He says, holy shit. Been a long time since I've been in here live. What's up, dealer, Colt D, the rest of the panel, and chat. Thank you so much, sir. It's good to see you in here. Mortal Jedi, come to the channel member again. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, geez.
ACS Husk says, Debo. I was boxing Husk on Fight Night yesterday. He had a guy, his character was, oh shit, it's Debo from Friday. And I was playing as Rocky Marciano. And he says Debo's the best boxer of all time, by the way. Shout out to you, brother. I'll come back to the rest of these.
Right now, I'm literally staring at the chat like Doc Rivers, you know, in that meme, because you got a guy, Sonic Echo 5 says, Outriders was created for Game Pass fodder.
No.
What?
Sonic Echoes. Please.
What?
Please stop it, sir. That was the last. That was definitely a game that's been in development for before Game Pass was even out.
Square Enix wasn't making games for Game Pass fodder, dude. Freaking weird.
Yeah. Plus,
It's Illuminati, man.
Yeah.
Damn, it sucks. It sucks
Bethesda
that
was
people
created
that are on-
back in forever ago, just so this moment their games can be on Game Pass. That's what you'll hear next.
Yeah. For PlayStation users that have to spend $60 on fodder.
There
you
go. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I guess, yeah.
Let me go ahead and move forward here. Wreckfest. This is a thing. Colt. Wreckfest $10 upgrade on the PS5. They're bringing that $10 upgrade to the Xbox too, right?
Yeah. Can I before we lead into this, can I fix there was a troll on the internet that that said that I was pretending like that Xbox should get the full next generation patch for free, and PS5 should have to pay for it. I made a post
Set him straight,
saying,
Colt.
yeah, I'm going to set this straight, because I made a post saying that they were like, hey, is this the new patch? And I said, no, this is the free patch that Xbox got, because Xbox has a more advantageous back and pat Gen 9 aware.
Let me explain
setup.
that. Let me explain that, and then I'll leave it back in, because that's what I wanted to jump into. Which this is why smart delivery and stuff is so important, because it's so easy to develop and have the game just cross over. So they gave Wreckfest a free upgrade, which what you saw on the show last week, right? The free upgrade for Series X and S, right? 4K 60, whatever it is. It looks great. And then on the PlayStation, we hear, okay, there's a $10 upgrade. We're like, what the hell? But they're like, okay, well, the developer replied, I think, to someone when you said something about the cost of it, and they said, well, it takes money and to do this stuff, and that's why we're charging on the PS5 version. I'm like, okay, well, how long did you work on the Xbox free patch? I'm like, none. And that's why I asked you if this upgrade's coming to both, like for the $10 upgrade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what they're doing is 2 weeks ago they patched the game. They unlocked the frame rate on the Xbox Series X, not the Xbox Series S, because of the way that the back and pat works. The S gets the 1S version, so it's still at 30.
Oh, yeah.
So an
Okay.
Xbox Series X gets the game to run at dynamic 4K at 60 with a developer patch where they went into the code, unlocked the frame rate, if that's how they did it. So what they did was they said, sorry, PS5 does not get the 60 FPS patch. They waited like 2 weeks later and said, hey, PlayStation guys, we're going to give you a full next generation patch, 60 FPS with all the bells and whistles, but it's $10. And so my point was, if you're on Xbox Series X, you get, this is what the game looks like. High resolution. The game looks great for what it is, for the visuals that it provides. And it runs at 60, and it's free to run at 60 with the updated patch. PlayStation 5 does not have the choice. They can either play it at 30 like they always have, or they can pay $10 to play it at high resolution at 60. So Xbox Series X is also getting that same paid patch. But if you're an Xbox Series X owner, this is why it's so confusing, and why a really, really salty troll who has no life had to try and call me out. The problem is that, and I don't know what his name is, I'm just trying to describe him. The point is that Xbox Series X owners can play it at 60 and ignore the $10 patch if they like, and they'll be totally great. Dealer and I played this game for like 12 hours. We played a bunch of it.
In the last
It's
12
great.
minutes.
I will not pay for the patch because it looks great as is, and I don't have to pay for it. I get to play it at 60.
Yeah, it does. It looks good. Like I said, we showed it on the show. It's a stream, but showed it last week. I mean, game looks good. You saw me wrecking all over the place.
Yeah, and
No.
I put it together this little montage video that was 30 seconds long to some music of dealer and I playing. Dealer wrecks me in the wall just to steal first place. It's freaking hilarious. And this like super salty troll was like trying to call me out like I was a bad guy. I'm like, I'm asking for better from both platforms. Like, you shouldn't have to pay to unlock to 60 on a freaking brand new console.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to pay for that. And Kirby Louise, I want to take this right to Fonz and give him the floor. Kirby Louise explained to Fonz why these developers shouldn't be charging for this patch. So go ahead, Fonz, and take this over.
Oh, well, we had a long conversation in the DMs, and Kirby, he speaks in such technical terms that it's hard for me to grasp, to be honest. But I got the gist of it, and in the end, he said I nailed it when I said it depends on a lot of factors. It depends. He was telling me if they have to go in and do a lot of coding and stuff, of course, I'm all for, paying for an enhancement that needs a lot of work, right? But it's also engine dependent. Some engines, he said, are well optimized and you can patch things, to make it, these enhancements a lot better to implement. And other engines, it's just, it's a nightmare. So it does require time and resources. I get that. But in most cases, it's not that way. It's pretty straightforward, easy for them to just, flip the switch, so to speak, and give people the enhancements that are already there on PC to begin with, right? So we shouldn't be paying for patches like this. Bottom line, it's ridiculous, and I just find it odd that they even gave the Series X the 60 patch and the upres, the resolution upgraded and stuff.
No, it's good. There's two parts to it. Like, the team that made Wreckfest and THQ Nordic aren't being evil. They're actually trying to help. The problem is PlayStation is not able to get the 60 FPS free patch just because of the way that their back compat works. So they took advantage of the Xbox Series X and did the free patch, but PlayStation's not making them charge. It's not PlayStation's fault. The only fault of PlayStation is their back compat is not as advantageous as Xbox's. So if you're on PS5, you have to play at 30 or pay. But I also have to bring up that there's much more than just frame rate. You're getting better resolution. They're getting haptic feedback. They're going to put more cars on screen.
They do need more cars because there's only like 8 cars on the multiplayer right now. It's pretty low on the unpacked.
Yeah, but if you're playing single player, you have like 12 cars or something, and the frame rate can hitch when you come around the first turn with everything on screen. So this is just one of those situations.
One thing I want to state though real quick, because when I made my video yesterday, I was ranting about this because I was getting into little arguments with people on Twitter over this situation, and so usually when you do a rant, you kind of gloss over certain things or you may not convey your point exactly as if the way you wanted to. And Optimus came into my chat or in my comment section, and he pointed out a couple of things that I wasn't clear on. And of course, if somebody's putting in a lot of work into something, I don't say they should work for free. That's 100%.
What you don't? Oh my God.
But I mean, that should go without saying, but the way I worded some things, I wasn't clear on. So for that, I misspoke. But when I'm talking about situations like this, where the Xbox is getting enhancements and all of a sudden the PS5 is going to get an enhancement for $10, but it's essentially doing the same thing. Now, I don't know what else they're adding to it, but just the 60 frames alone, it's like, man, what are you really paying for? I want to know what the details are. What are they getting that the Xbox version doesn't have?
That's free version on Xbox is just like the 1X version at 4K 60, which looks really good to me.
What
PS5 version has more cars apparently.
The PlayStation 5 is going to get they're tooling in haptic feedback, which I would bet already feels really great standard on the DualSense 5. They're getting more cars on screen, which is actually a game changer to have more cars on screen if the frame rate holds up.
That's the one thing I complain about. On the
but can I ask you something though? Since you're more tech than I am, dealer, is there more cars on screen on the PC version?
Yeah.
The
cars on the Xbox One X version are they're tuned for the Jaguar.
basically what I'm getting at is if the assets are already there.
Yeah, but
it's
the
not like-
team, I know, and I'm with you, Fonz. The team has to take the time to go in and unlock all of the gates and
Yeah, but-
open up and tool.
Because if
and then
they make
sure
the
it's
next gen
optimized.
patch,
Like,
they literally have to make it the game and optimize the game differently. Right now, it's basically thinks it's on an Xbox One X.
yeah, and that's why PC is so much better. Because if you go and buy an RTX card and you didn't have one, you automatically get to turn on all of the features that are fully available at the full potential of a game. But on console, it's not like that. All these little items are locked off and set at certain settings, and you can't change that until the developer takes the time. So when THQ Nordic says, hey, we paid the developers, I don't know what the name of the studios that did Wreckfest, but they said they paid the Wreckfest studio for their time. The publisher
Bugbear, I
said, here,
think.
we're going to give you X amount of money to make this patch, and then they decide we're going to charge for it to make up the money.
Well,
So-
hey, I mean, again, yeah, like you have to optimize the game differently. Like it's kind of just putting along on back compat versions. Gen 9
Well, let me-
aware, but yeah, I mean, it's
let me
different
say
when you
one more
code it from the
thing.
ground up
Like,
for next gen.
Dealer, do you think now that the consoles are not like so CPU bound and like they have more, and now they're more like PC like and PC like games, do you think developers eventually get in the mode where they can build games more like a PC version and leave them more flexible so they don't have to keep going back and fixing last generation games? 'Cause I think they give themselves a lot of work.
Exactly.
I just watched my cat do a backflip off the
It's
chair.
Bugbear Games. Remember I was saying Huggy Bear and you laughed at me the other night?
That's
Dealer?
what I said a second ago. I think it's Bugbear or something.
Yeah,
Bear
yeah, I
Bug.
didn't hear you. Yeah, I was like Huggy Bear. You're like, Huggy Bear.
I
go,
wouldn't
don't
worry
know
about
if
it, man.
it's funny.
This is again like these guys. They're also we should be parading and saying something really positive about these guys that we're not saying. Is this studio went in and essentially patched, but not really patched, the current version of the game to run at 60 FPS like it does on Series X, right? We were very happy with
Yeah,
this.
that was what my tweets were about, like celebrating that they did this.
Yeah.
They offered it for free.
And
Yeah,
they
here
are
you
going to
go.
charge $10 if you want a cross, if you want to call it that, whatever. The $70 price at Activision 2K, we didn't like it there. I'm not a fan of it here, right? Because many other studios are doing this stuff for free. Keep that in mind. Avengers was a very well done patch apparently, and that was free on the PS5 and the Xbox. But they're a tiny studio, and I'm not gonna come down on those guys.
But the way I look at it is, if you've already paid the $60 for the game,
Yeah,
and
I mean, that's a
they're
good point,
gonna
too.
Enhance the game this way. And they already have the assets. I don't want to pay another $10.
Yeah,
and I've already
that's a good
stated
point.
on this show. I've already stated on this show that when it comes to the PlayStation 5 games, I love PlayStation 5 games. But if I have to wait, I will do so. I will not be paying $70 for a game. I don't care. It's just on principle. I will not be paying $70 for a game.
Yeah.
Well, you could have
again.
you get no games.
Wreckfest is awesome. Like, I hope you got it's on Game Pass. If you're on Xbox, download it, and if you have Game Pass,
Yeah.
it's a fun game.
Get on and
Like,
try
they did a
Wreckfest,
great
chat.
job.
We want to see some people playing Wreckfest tonight and let us know your thoughts. I mean, I was complaining about this before we even learned that it wasn't even we knew something was off because it was only like it wasn't in the enhanced tab or nothing. We knew it wasn't like a full on patch, but
It doesn't have
they didn't
badge on it.
update the AI in the multiplayer or anything, and we knew that that was one thing I was complaining about. I needed more AI. But, hey, we'll see what they end up doing with it. That's the cool thing. If you're interested, you're interested. If you're not, then yeah. So let me give a shout out to 2,000 people watching live, by the way, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. We do appreciate it. And again, maybe hit the retweet, tell a friend, put it in a reset era, our favorite place.
Oh god.
And trash. And let's try to get up to 1,000 likes close to the end of the show. Do appreciate it. Cat, get off me. Also, Lord Starkiller, Shadow Davey says, lack of cloud saves, no types of smart delivery for the PS5, poor controller battery life, 3 things the PS5 needs to fix if possible. He also says, detection from Sony. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of stuff like that they need to fix. The quality of life stuff Microsoft kind of figured out a while ago, man. And then we've also got Kawand, who I didn't pronounce that right. He says Microsoft should do their 4 Game Pass. Yeah, I'll come back to that one, actually. I'm going to come back to that one. But let me go ahead. I gotta get moving on these topics. The show's running a little long here for where we're at here. So there is, I want to bring up this these games coming to Game Pass and stuff, these recent announcements. So Second Extinction, that damn dinosaur fighting game, right? I'm actually interested in this.
Yeah, dude.
That comes to Game Pass when we hood on the 28th of April. And then we've got Rust Console Edition, which doesn't actually come to Game Pass. That's coming to Xbox, which originally the Rust creator was shitting all over the Xbox years ago, saying that he could never run the game on Xbox, et cetera, et cetera. You know, wow, hey, software comes forward, and he's bringing that to the original Xbox and the next-gen ones in May. So you get to play console version of Rust, which is a survival game where you get your shit stolen.
Oh, man.
You're buying it again?
Yeah, I used to play it on PC.
Is it worth people in the chat kind of checking out if they've never seen it?
One word of advice.
Trust
People in the game can be dicks.
Yeah.
They will take your shit when you're not on your server.
Oh my god.
They will come, they will raid you, they will tear
Hang
up
on, so you build a base, you collect all the stuff, and when you get offline, your stuff's still there to steal?
Oh, yes.
Chat, let us know what you think about that. Second extinction.
I like that.
You know what
That's
that
like a-
reminds me of? That reminds me of Optima Online.
Hmm.
They used to be able to steal your stuff.
Optima Online. Well, speaking of steal, we could talk about that new $500 Xbox headset.
Wow.
Pre-ordered.
Now,
I saw that. Go ahead.
go ahead. D.
No, I was just gonna say I saw that this morning, and I saw the price. I said, "Whoa!"
Look, I get it. It's got a market.
Yeah, I know Bang Olufsen is like they're top tier stuff. Like they got good noise cancellation, they got good bass, they got good sound quality. So I'm not gonna dog them on the price per se because it is really high quality stuff. But just recently getting the Xbox One and seeing how it is kind of similar in design with the knobs on the ears and the Xbox One, to be honest with you, it sounds excellent. I got so many headphones, I just couldn't pull the trigger. And I like to get the new shiny stuff, and I just said, nah.
Well, this is a $500 headset that doesn't have a mic on it. It's built in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I will not fucking use one of those. I actually went to go check this headset out today. I was in a party with a good friend of the show, and I was like, he told me, yeah, it doesn't have a mic arm or a boom on it. I said, are you fucking kidding me?
Virtual.
No, fuck the virtual shit. Give me some real shit. I want an actual microphone, Wilmy Hood. You ever heard people in those mics? It's horrible.
Yes, I have, dude. I have the Pulse for my PS5.
And is it trash?
No, actually, it's a good headset.
Be honest, Wilmy.
I don't. No, it's actually a good headset, but it does not have a boom mic either.
How's the microphone on it, though?
It actually works pretty well, but it's annoying to me
Okay.
because I'm used to having a boom mic. I play on my Xbox with the Arctis, so I'm used to having a boom mic.
I just every single mic I've ever used, a headset without a mic, right? A boom mic. It just the quality of it's not good. So I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, and maybe I'll check these out.
When you say the boom mic, you mean the mic that like a mic that pulls out? Or?
I need a microphone that comes off of the headset and goes into my nose.
That way, when you can hear him breathe.
Yeah.
Oh my! I don't know. The mic I have is decent on mine. It's not bad.
I mean,
Does
but
yours
is
stick
it a
out?
mic or is it built into the headset where it's nothing there?
We're talking about it like a little arm that comes out of the ear thing that points towards your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
what I
had the PlayStation 4 wireless headset, and the mic was like a hole drilled into the side of the ear cup, and it sounded like trash. It was like,
No, it's an actual. No, it's an actual mic. Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like
Yeah.
dealer thinks or is assuming from what he saw.
I'm
that
not
this new
spending the money
$500
unless I hear that
How
mic
much?
is
How
good
much
somehow.
is it though? How much?
$500.
$500.
Why even pay that much for a headset
Too
for
much.
gaming?
It comes with a gnome
That's
that makes cookies.
ridiculous, man. You can
Petra
get
Traum
those-
remembers.
By the way,
you can get those Astro A50s for like $200 on sale. Like, why would you go out and spend $500?
I've had 3 A50s, 2 Gen 4s, 1 Gen 3, both Gen 4s disconnect, and at some point the update
I have
bricks
problems.
and the
So
software's
you're
so
hoping
fucking
that-
trash.
So
Astro,
you're,
fix
so you're
that.
hoping that paying for if you pay for $500, you'll get something.
I'm
even
not hoping
better.
for shit. I'm hoping
Yeah.
for a good mic that don't exist apparently.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're
No.
known for quality, but I agree, 500 is too much. Supposedly their top. This is comparable to their top of the line wireless ones, which are 500. But again, 500 for a wireless headset. It's just I was hoping there would be at least at most 400 500's out of my budget, and I buy everything. So for me to be saying that, I'm sure 500's kind of an area where you're going to get a lot of people who don't buy, and they kind of miss an opportunity here. They're nice and everything, but when you compare them, kind of like they do have a little more functionality and stuff to the Xbox headset, which is at 100. But saying that, the Xbox for the amount of money, I think it's a no-brainer to get the Xbox One.
I'm looking for a competitor. I'm looking for a competitor for the A50 because I'm done with A50s for now until they fix their stuff, like their software and the headset stops bricking. I need something around that price range that is just as good at least. And whatever. Punk Soul says shout out to Gaz, the microphone nose breather. Yeah. Shout out to Gaz, who has a hard time figuring out where his microphones go in the party chat. It's a common issue.
Those headphones, they sold out really quick. In about 2 to 3 minutes, they were gone.
They're on the Xbox, on the actual Xbox itself. Like if you go on there in the hardware tab, you can get them there. Which is where I was, right? And I took that bitch out of my cart once I heard it didn't have a mic boom on it. So
I'll let you know my thoughts on the 7th of April.
Yeah, you better. Hey, Halo Infinite, by the way, speaking of headphones, they are going to be the first to use. They're going to be the first to use DTS headphones, Dolby Atmos, Windows Sonic, and of course, something else that doesn't exist yet. So, I mean, I guess they're just why is this a thing that they want to do? It's obviously intentional. They just got that much more development time. They're like, hey, why don't we just support all these cool headphone features, right? Tim, maybe, I don't know. Tell us something.
What was the question?
Oh my God, I'm done.
Wait, we need a soundbite from Fonz.
If a train left Chicago at 10 a.m., it was traveling at 287 miles per hour.
And there's one fat guy and 3 not fat guys.
What's the question? What was the question? My wife came.
Halo Infinite, they're going to be the first to support DTS headphones, Dolby Atmos, and Windows Sonic. And I'm guessing the extra development time is that kind of afforded them to do this, right? So what are why do you think they're pushing this? Why do you think they made this choice? And tell us some insider stuff that no one else knows in the world.
The insider stuff is just common sense. They have a lot of time that they can, dabble with things. Maybe Dolby Vision too when that comes out. And they're just going to offer you the full suite of what they can. And like I said, from and other people told this whole year update is pretty much trying to get as much as they can to make the game look as best as it can.
Yeah.
And I think that they, from the screenshots that they showed, you could definitely see there's progress. I don't think that they'll ever get to the point where people are completely wowed, but I do think you're going to get a good looking game, and definitely better than if they had launched it when they wanted to launch it, and that was at launch of Xbox Series X. But yeah, they're just from the technical side, from the especially the sound stuff and everything, they're going to go all out, and you're going to get all these types of features.
Well, that team has been out recording all of their Foley and all their sounds and vehicle sounds from scratch. They've been out in the desert shooting 50 cals and blowing up stuff and recording different mufflers and exhausts of different vehicles for the Warthog. I love it. That's awesome. Fonz, you're amazing. So yeah, I mean, they've been doing that, I guess. So maybe they want to bring a level of immersion with the sound, and you have this big open world in Halo that you really haven't had before. I hope it really does.
And just so you know, and this is kind of a silly thing, you do need to buy a license for headphone for DTS. Want DTS
Atmos, you mean?
No, with DTS as well. So if you want Atmos and you want DTS and you want to compare them, you'd have to buy a license for both of them. I have both of the licenses, so
and they're both from the same company, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
It's all Dolby.
The people, everyone says Atmos is better from what I've gathered, but I actually have licenses for both of
What's
them.
the difference, Tim?
Them out. The way that it handles and renders the 3D sound and stuff like that.
Myself,
I really like the app.
Hang on, Wilmy was using the headset with no mic on it. What'd you say?
I like DTS better than Atmos.
Yeah, some people like it.
What do you
It's
mean? Like,
more-
I don't understand the difference here. I'm not a sound guy. I just
Well, so they say like Atmos is like real accurate when you put it in a 3D environment. Just think of like if you have your headset on and the plane goes over your head in the game, it would try to replicate that more accurately. Whereas I think DTS, I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's accurate, but as Wilmy said, there's different quality. There's some people just like the different sound or the different, whatever, however it's presented. There's definitely a little bit of a difference. Even if you go from Sonic to
what does
Dolby,
DTS even stand for?
I don't know, but
Chat,
I know that
chat's saying DTS is better right now for some reason.
Yeah, I have it, but people say I've heard that people like Atmos. So it's a question of taste and what you like. It's a question also.
Atmos is made for like an array of speakers that go above, behind, and around. Like they're using it in theaters. It's why the theater has speakers on the ceiling now. And then when you wear Atmos headphones, you're getting that sound. I guess emulated in the. In the
I just think it's
speakers.
so dumb. They have two of the same technology from what I'm hearing right now from you guys. Is what it sounds like.
Well, and then you got Tempest.
DTS is, I think, direct theater sound or something like that is the acronym, something like that.
It's been around a long time.
Yeah. Well, the differences are the quality and the amount of information, right? So
one has a higher bit rate than the other, or sample rate.
Yeah.
And it depends on your setup, your system that you're running it through too.
Right.
See, I don't have a cheap system. My system's like $4,000. It's all Sonos. So I mean, this thing makes some pretty incredible sound.
Yeah.
And
me,
I got some $20 Sonys.
For me personally, the best sound quality is Dolby Atmos, man. That's pretty good, and DTS is excellent as well.
It is weird. It just seems like they're licensing two very, very similar things that do the same thing.
They're offering like.
Well, they're licensing it like if you want to, you want it, it's weird.
But the
you
thing
have
is like
5.1,
there is
7.1
differences.
Dolby.
On
the
that's
Xbox,
for the headset too.
Yeah, you have 5.1 and 7.1 Dolby on the Xbox. Now you have Atmos and DTS, and then you have Windows Sonic, which is totally free. Game on Daily did an audio test of Tempest versus Sonic, DTS, and Atmos on their channel like a few days ago, and I listened to it on YouTube with my Atmos headset, and it's really difficult to hear a difference. But I think the industry says Atmos is better than Tempest, but Tempest just comes with your PlayStation.
For
you don't
instance,
have to pay for anything.
I can hear more bass within the that demo that you're talking about from Game on Daily with Atmos than I can with Tempest. It's just all how they utilize each.
Let me know if you can hear my voice. This is Colt Eastwood, and then Zocker's going to say his favorite food.
Chicken.
The man with the million.
His favorite food is the man with the million.
Give it a second, and they'll be able to tell us if they hear us.
I've been
Thanks,
craving
guys.
waffles.
Thanks,
All right, so now I'm getting on my
Yes, they can hear it. We're good.
OBS is
So
having
let's
me
move
back
on to
up
the
and
next
operational
subject.
and green on the square there, so that's good.
Yeah, we're good.
I went to go grab my popcorn and might have tripped over a wire. Sorry.
Yeah, don't get popcorn. You know that.
What are you doing?
It's the radiation from the microwave. Damn it! Stop.
Yeah, the microwaves is getting you. Hey,
You can't do that.
Hey, chat. I don't.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
I'm
on
pretty
this
sure we're
topic.
back and we're good to go. But yeah, I mean we're that was almost
We're
perfect
over
timing.
that topic.
Yeah, we're over that. We're over the sound topic, chat. I promise. By the way, whoever's left anyway, we're about half of where we were. But thank you guys for coming back and again hit the like button. Last topic. This is a sign. We got to end this shit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the fucking Fonz. I'm gonna let's go ahead and
deal with it.
let's go ahead and go. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to Xbox Summer Event here. Okay, we're just gonna talk about what we think they might show off this summer, and I don't know. Maybe that's guided by shit, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's random guesses. Figure it out. So, Cultist, Xbox
Yes,
Summer
sir.
Event. What Xbox is going to show you that's going to get you excited that you just bought a $500 Xbox Series X?
Oh, well, I only bought my Xbox. To play
Hey,
the game,
okay,
so.
you're right. We got these for review, but you get what I'm saying.
No, it's not. I was just gonna say.
Colt, what are they gonna show us? Cool. Go.
Games. They need to show me Avowed or Fable gameplay.
Chat, let us know what you think.
I mean, I could go on and on about what games need to be shown, but I think at this point, one of those games needs to be shown in gameplay. I know a lot of people want to see Hellblade, but I kind of have an idea of what Hellblade will be. It'll be an upgraded Hellblade 1. So I want to see what Avowed looks like and what Fable looks like, and if they, really advanced it beyond what we saw last generation or the one before.
I mean, based off what they already showed, they better fucking be very close or kind of close to what they showed us in 2019 December.
Yeah, I mean, I really expect Fable to look like a next generation Fable Legends that never came out. I don't want it to look like Fable Legends with sharper corners,
Sharper corners.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it slightly refined. This is Playground Games. They're extremely talented. It's got to go above and beyond.
You want me to tell you what I think?
Yeah.
No.
That's creepy as hell. Not anymore.
Wow, I had a lot of
All
super
here,
chats
sir.
to get to here, and I'm going to my tab, and they're not
Anyway,
here. because the thing
I
crashed.
think that I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here.
Here it goes.
You're going to see Hellblade 2. You're going to see something on that. You're going to see something on. You're going to see new gameplay of Halo Infinite, and the show is going to end with Starfield. That's it. Other than that, you're going to see other little smaller games and stuff, but you're not going to see Fable. I don't think.
What?
I don't think you're going to see.
What?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you're
Fable's
going to see
almost
Fable.
done.
I mean,
Bonds
Fable's
are
been in
really
development since late 2017.
I realize that, but I don't think you're going to see it at this show. Maybe later in the year.
Do you think Fable don't exist? Huh?
The new Fable. I think Fable, even though it's been in development for a long time, they kind of are they're cooking, and they do not want to have when they show their game, they want to wow everyone. So I just don't think they're going to be ready in 2021.
Probably pandemic reason why.
Yeah.
think?
So that's, and I love the chat. Hopefully we don't fall around.
Yeah,
I
chat. You
gotta
know
get
what?
out of here.
We just go. No, it's just. Do you want to risk the show just being fucked up and ending? And no one wants to end the night that way. I feel like we should do some outros. And since my internet has Rona, we should just get the fuck out of here, huh?
Sounds good.
What do you think? Doctor ain't
Yeah.
said nothing in like 50 years anyway. I don't give a shit.
We love you all.
You guys were talking about audio for 20 minutes, and I died in a corner. I was like, God damn it!
Hey, seriously though, to the rest of you that are actually still here, you're the guys that keep us going on most hardcore. Thank you so much. Hit the like button if you haven't. Show it to a buddy or two as we do some outros. Tell us what you think you're gonna do it this summer, right? They got to show something. They just got a bunch of new studios. I probably can't even hear because my internet went out again. Colt Eastwood, tell us what you've been playing and where can people find you?
I've been playing Wreckfest and Outer Worlds. I've been on
Breakfast.
everything.
Nice. I like breakfast.
By the way, chat, I was those super chats that I wanted to get to, and I was about to read them. The internet went out, came back, the page reloaded, and the viewer activity is gone. The super chats are gone, and the chat doesn't hold them. So I'm sorry to everyone super chat I didn't get to. I try, but I don't always get to them. Hey, D-Batch, Colt, you can find you at Colt Eastwood, right? We're on the timeline. My internet's
Everybody
dying.
knows where I am. Everybody, don't even ask.
You ain't that famous. No, find Colt Eastwood at Colt Eastwood.
Yeah.
D-Batch, what have you been playing, buddy, and where can people find you?
Yeah, man, I need the plug. I've been playing Call of Duty, man, whenever I got a chance. It's just been a lot of work, man. You guys can find me on Twitter at D_Batch, and of course on YouTube at DBatch. Some videos should be coming soon. It was a great show, and see you guys next week.
And we've also got Fonzarelli Gaming. Where can people find you, and what have you been playing, buddy?
Yeah, you can find me at Fonzarelli Gaming, and I've been playing. What have I been playing? I played a little bit of Outriders demo again. Still waiting for that game. And you can find me at Fonzarelli on Twitter, and I've actually made some videos here on YouTube, so check them out. I've been making videos lately, a lot more than I have in a while, so it's been fun. So check that out, please. Fonzarelli Gaming. Hopefully you guys like it. Subscribe, please. And the chat's been awesome tonight. as always. So yeah, we got to get out of here. This show just suddenly got AIDS. I don't know what happened, but
yeah, my internet comes down with it occasionally. Hey, shout out to Snake Eyes. He had a very nice super chat as well. I didn't get a chance to fucking read it because it disappeared after the stream went down. But yeah, 100,000 soon, buddy. And I think it's been like 500 subs since the last show, and I've only put out one video, so.
For the show because it's dying.
Oh my god, it's literally dying. Hey, we've also got Wilmy Hood. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell people where they can find you. What have you been playing?
I have been playing with myself a lot lately, and you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic Store, and YouTube. Look under Wilmy Hood. You can find me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with Gaming Beyond the Box. Good night.
Yes, I have to do that show soon.
Wilmy said Epic Store. He's the only one on there.
Epic Store. Hey, and Tim Dog, are you still there? Tim Dog's not here, is he? D-Badge is still here, closer. Okay, we got everybody. I'm Dealer. You can subscribe, hit the bell icon.